I graduated from US.
Okay, thank y'all for your patience. This time we'll call our March the 2nd, 2026 County Commissioner meeting to order. I'm going to ask Ms. Nikki if she will do an invitation for us.
We'll bow your heads. Father, we come to you this evening. We give you all the glory, honor, and praise. We thank you, Lord, for a country where we are free, and we ask that you watch over our troops, God. And God, we also ask that you watch over this county commission meeting, Lord, and that you help our commissioners to do what is best for the people of this county, Lord, all while letting their light shine for you, Lord. We love you and honor you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Okay, first item on the agenda is review and adoption of the agenda. You have that before you, and you should have got a copy of it through email. I'll give you a chance. One thing we've added late with Timberland new release site, approval of that. We added that late, so that would not have been on your email. Have a motion to accept the agenda as presented. Have a motion. Do we have a second? Second. Motion to second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, or like sign. Okay, approval of the minutes. You should have a copy of those attached to your or somewhere laying there with your stuff, and you should have got a copy of them in your email also. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as presented? Motion. I got a motion. To have a second? A motion and a second. Any further discussion? I hear none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, or like sign. Okay. Okay. On a new business, we have with us Ms. Allison McCullough. She'll be here. She's going to be presenting to us on behalf of the Okie Regional. And she's going to be talking to us today about our branding presentation, about where we'll come together, I guess, our three counties.
Yes, sir.
Our three counties, and then us coming together and trying to promote and you know, bring some more business into our area, and hopefully people get to come enjoy the wonders that we have. So, Ms. Allison, I'm going to turn it over to you now.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Brown, you're the only one who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, but the chairman and Ms. O'Berry, they were at our strategic planning session a few months ago. And so they really kind of got to preview the work that the Okefenokee Partnership is doing in the region. And the Okefenokee Partnership was really formed to align regional efforts around shared economic conservation and vision. And with support from the TCF, we've been able to really strengthen that regional framework and clarify our long-term goals. So what I have before you is the Okefenokee brand. And if you want to, we'll walk through it kind of together, and I'll give you some of the key highlights for this. But our ultimate goal, as we talked about in the strategic planning session, is really to take tourism growth, infrastructure alignment, those private investments, the business growth, workforce pathways, long-range positioning tied to the World Heritage designation. And I've also provided for you, Ms. O'Berry, at your seat, is really kind of a one-page summary. I have this presentation, but I love the one-page summary because what it really does is it's that high-level executive overview of what is regional branding and why, what Clinch County really has to gain from the regional branding effort. And so if you look actually on page 2 of your presentation, you'll actually get to see, and I know it's black and white, but I'll be sure to email you your color PDFs by the conclusion of business day. But if you look, it's really about stories, swamplands, and small towns. And so we've had key partners from Clinch, Ware, and Charlton County kind of come together. I've been so lucky, Ms. Riley with the Chamber has been with us, Laura, they were there established before I was even with the partnership. And one of the highlights about this brand is it really showcases each individual county, but it allows us to really elevate to that next level. So as we come back from the Capitol and working with our House and Senate during this legislation, one of the key priorities and takeaways coming out of Atlanta last week was really that by having a regional brand, we're able to elevate and lobby to the state for more substantial funding, more work with Georgia tourism. You know, it's really hard for each individual isolated county as we're competing with 159 counties in that recreation area. And one of the things that the senator had made it very keynote point is that with this elevated regional brand, we're able to go to that next step. We're able to get that state tourism, really look at those infrastructure projects holistically, and really drive that money in at the state level for tourism. And so you can see working through how did we get here. You can see the 6 community meetings, and I know some of those meetings even took place here in Clinch County. The ultimate goal is one destination, multiple communities, and shared success. This is not, when I was talking to other leaders, people say, okay, what is this going to take away from our identity? And it's not. This is not loss of local identity. It's not anything bureaucracy. There's nothing tied to anything bureaucratic. It's not a short-term marketing campaign. This is really about a long-term positioning for the region around the swamp. And it's really taking small investments from each county and region and being able to elevate to a long-term 10, 15, 25-year substantial funding opportunity for the region. And if you look through, especially like on page 4 and 5, and I know this is not as conducive with the packet, I'll come with a better digital material next time, but if you go through on to page 4 and 5, you can really see those unique opportunities. Like, as people come to the region, why do we have a regional brand? And it's so that the 3 gateway communities are really represented, and investment ensures that Clinch County is included in all of the regional marketing materials, that the county assets are promoted, that we're really able to take that regional decision making to a higher state level around the Okefenokee region. We're able to expand that sales tax revenue, support small businesses, strengthen rural property values, driving that overnight stays. Obviously we want to have longer overnight stays as we come into the swamp area. And if you look at, I think I'm about page 8, it's really that crucial part, and it's making sure that we're able to share our story with the world. When we were up there at the Capitol and we were talking to Georgia Tourism, and we're going back again this Thursday, one of the things that we were able to really showcase is that for the first time now, the 3 counties are coming together and we're selling and I say selling very loosely, but there's that united brand, and so now we're able to have this leverage at the state level around the Okefenokee Swamp, and that's the ultimate goal, is that we bring those dollars from Atlanta to the Southeast region. And so we really have that opportunity for coordinated PR, print material. I love that it's America's largest swampland isn't the only thing that's being preserved. It's really focusing on what each county has. They each have their own unique assets, but we're able to take Charlton County's gem and Ware County and Clinch County and elevate it at that regional effort. And so I'm going to flip one more. You really get to see what is the Okefenokee region brand and how is it going to be used. And so we're going to take that material and do DMO, that Destination Market Organization, and really have those key clicks and points. And so with the DMO, we're able to really have those key performance indicators of where are people coming, what's driving them to the region, and how can we further elevate Clinch as part of that regional message. Do you have questions?
Doing good. Keep rolling.
Okay. I try to not. I'll be spewing, and I want to allow time for conversation from the board. If you have questions along the way, I'll talk the whole time, but I want to open up the floor. That way, if you have other discussions, you can ask me.
Maybe you're gonna get some.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. I'll have lots of. I'll talk the whole time, but I do try to allow the board to be able to have those interactive questions. And so, at this point, now that we have the live brand, the partnership is reaching out to each county, to our main streets, to our chambers, and really looking at that buy-in for the return on investment, that each county in our region is willing to put forth that monetary asset, that initial ask, so that way we can continue to build the DMO brand, because the Conservation Foundation has already said that they are going to match our funds. It's going to be anywhere from $100,000 to $150,000 to start the DMO, but all we're asking from Clinch County as a whole is $10,000 for each part, because it's going to be a match grant from TCF for $50,000, and so up to $10,000 from each of the individual counties. Yes, sir. And another great asset of the regional branding is really getting those Georgia tourism grants. Before it was very hard, they're small ask as individual counties, but when we were working with the tourism in the state of Georgia, the elevated brand really allows for those big multiple, even some of them over $1 million, those grants back to that recreation space, you know, the tourism, and being able to be on that state level for the Okefenokee region.
Is this visitor's guide you have, has it already been produced?
It is not. These are strictly mock-ups from our branding agency. But they're cool, aren't they?
I like it.
I love them. I love that now at a state level, at a national level, at an international level, we have that key targeting to drive straight to the Okefenokee region. Now these are mock-ups, and when you get your color digital asset, they look even greater. I'll be able to share all of those assets with you through the brand, and you can see what viable objects really are existing within the brand.
Talk a little bit about being a World Heritage Site, I guess. Talk a little bit for everybody to understand a little bit.
Where we're at in the process, or what that means for your region.
Oh yeah, there's some resistance to it.
There is,
And I don't, you know, you got to be careful. For me personally, anytime you deal with the UN.
so you have to remember, I'll talk policy for just one second. You have to remember that the World Heritage Nomination Committee, even though it was under an umbrella of United Nations, you have to remember that even in President Trump's, as he pulled out of parts of the UN, the World Heritage designation, the reason why he kept America in the World Heritage conversations in that table is because number one is we already have 26 World Heritage designation sites that exist within America, but even Mr. Trump as a businessman and his supporting Congress said that it is imperative for America's tourism. I mean, it really is. It puts you on that international landscape. And so World Heritage, it really, I don't want to say it's merely an inscription because that's such a downplay on its true value. But the World Heritage designation it is saying the swamp, we know, is a world-class gem. And it truly is. It's an ecosystem that doesn't exist anywhere else on the planet. And so with that World Heritage designation, what it does is it brings in a level of elevated economic development opportunity around the regions. The UN is not here. I don't know if you've ever been to, I have been to several World Heritage designations. I've had the opportunity to go and visit. And the UN does not come in. I don't know if did you read today, James Corbett has a bill in the committee hearing for tomorrow, the UN sanction protection. If you'll go back, if you've been following the Georgia bills and policies coming through, there's one in reading committee tomorrow, and it's really kind of very similar to what you as a Board of County Commissioners did a few months ago. It's just that sovereign declaration that like we are exempt from the UN, but even though you're putting in that level of protection, it's not necessary because that designation, when you go through and you read the policy contract, there's no way that the UN could even come in and do something even if all the world powers all changed, that would not matter because that's not what World Heritage designation does.
And I don't think the UN really cares about us.
I do think that there is a world eyes on the Okefenokee swamp, and they recognize the need for the protection for the act, and they also, with the regional brand, you have that opportunity to elevate when we have that. We're prepared and ready for the World Heritage designation. We're already saying, okay, Mr. Burchett and I were talking about this 2 weeks ago. He said, if you come back to me with that, all three counties are on one page together and we're going, it's so much easier for me to go and say, okay, we're going to send all this money back because now we have a regional effort around that World Heritage inscription. And so I'm genuinely looking forward to it because, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity for all of us, and how privileged we are to be privy to it.
Me personally, I don't see how you can promote the swamp without all three counties being together. Even though Clinch County the swamp is really sitting in Charleston
Sure.
County. But to
But
get
you
to
do
it, but
see
to
the
get,
post-
but to get to it, you got to go through Fargo.
Yes.
And it's gonna bring some traffic to Fargo. It's different from the other sites. All three are different, but alike. And,
Even though they're around one swamp, they each offer something so unique to each experience. And the one thing about being collaborative is, you're right, is that's one of the things we're pivoting off of. Okay, this is what you're gonna do at Stephen Foster. This is the opportunity. And even if you're staying here, you can go and day trip here.
right. And right down at Stephen Foster, you know, they've done a lot of work as far as renovations, and they're still doing a lot of work there.
A lot of work.
And, matter of fact, I think right now they're redoing the boat ramp.
Yeah, and the bulkhead, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
and all that, I think. The other thing I think the Port Authority ought to realize, even though it's not actually a part of it, is the Swanee River, where it heads out of the swamp. Where it heads out of the swamp, y'all, a conservation group has purchased most of that land on the south side.
On the south end, yes,
On the
sir.
south side of the river. And of course, Superior Pine owns the other side, 100% of that. And Superior Pine, they're gonna look after it too.
Oh, yes, sir.
They've always had their finger upon that, making sure it never got spoiled. And that river there is, what I've been told now, is the purest, cleanest river in the United States, from the swamp down to Fargo.
And the Swanee River Keeper, he was with us at the Okefenokee Day at the Capitol, and he's also been a big part of our partnership conservation conversations. Excuse me, I said conservation because my mind went right back to time. But he's been a lot of those talks of conversation, because even though it's 3 counties, we know it affects 9 counties touching those 3 counties.
Right. And the other part of Fargo I'd love to see is one site we have down there has never been promoted really, truly, is down there we have campgrounds.
Yes,
and
sir.
plus Fargo has a little 9-hole golf course. And so there's some things there that people, and it's very nice where play people, I mean, it's a hidden place.
The golf course, that was highlighted the other night at the chamber, correct? At the chamber event, yes, sir.
And that's all is good on our side, but at the same time, it's gonna bring some interesting things into our side of the county. But it's gonna take all 3 of us, I think, working together.
The
to make all this
partnership is
happen.
key to elevating that regional effort, because if we're not working, which we are working so great together, because if we're not working together, you know this as a public leader and official, is that we're better together. That's the way we're going to be able to accomplish big things, is working together.
We're not gonna get money by ourselves.
No.
We're gonna get it.
No, I mean, and I'm taking off my partnership hat and putting on, my elected official hat, is that I've only found success working in partnership methods, because the state, the dollars are so sought after competitively, and that was one of the conversations that that was resounded on the message that was sent back to me after talking to state level organizations, is
You're
that
just gonna get more points when you apply.
yes,
For the grant, if you're all 3 in there together.
as we're all regionally
Okay,
going
share it
together.
with everybody, for everybody to know, everybody probably knows it. Share some of the sites that are already designated UN sites, like what are the.
Oh, like the Statue of Liberty. Have you ever been to the Statue of
I
Liberty?
flew over it.
Okay, and now did you see anything crazy when you were there?
I don't stop in New York.
Oh, okay, see, and I went to the Statue of Liberty because I'm a first generation.
Yeah, Great Smoky Mountains, Everglades,
Yes.
the Everglades part of it.
The Everglades, and
Everglades.
obviously I've done a lot of work in the Everglades. And one thing, I'm glad you brought up the Everglades, because this was brought up in another meeting, is that really the communities around the Everglades didn't get together and really promote at a level. And now we've seen it's a lot of hunting and fishing tours, but they really didn't pivot off the economic opportunity because they could never get it together.
Right.
Which now the Florida corridor, there is a lot of conservation that exists internally and externally around that. That's part of our Forever Florida corridor. And so now you've seen so much of it has been put in conservation, which isn't a bad thing, but you lose a lot of economic opportunity. And so we're not bringing our babies back home to live, work, and play in our communities.
Right. Other places you have, like Yellowstone.
Yes. And
Yeah.
they launched the economic opportunities with the Statue of Liberty.
Badlands was probably in it. I don't know if Badlands did or not.
Look at the Great Smoky Mountains though. Look at what that has turned into. I mean, I've been there. more than
Really?
once. You know, we
We're
let,
the closest
yeah.
thing, we'll be the Everglades, us,
Yes.
and the Mammoth
We're the
Cave,
first one
Kentucky,
in
so we,
Georgia.
we'll be the
yeah,
very
we'll be the first
only,
one in Georgia, and so it'll be
hopefully.
boom, boom, boom to
I
visit.
think the biggest thing it's gonna do is, it's gonna lead to a greater opportunity for us to get funding that we would not be able to get otherwise.
Infrastructure funding, I mean, is gonna be the huge opportunity looking forward, yes, sir. So,
My only question is, you said
Yes.
$10,000, is
Hold on.
County paying $10,000, is that a one-time payment, or?
it's a one single time payment, and then the goal will be that as we work up to the DMO, and Ms. James was there at our first meeting, and Miles was not able to join us this evening with the TCF, and he's gonna be our match grant, but I would love for all of us, I will schedule at your pleasure, like the 3 counties and the conservation fund, be able to get on like a Zoom call together and really talk about the work that they've already done that's been successful and the work in the region. And they were also one of the key facilitators with the conservation land purchase in Charleston County,
Right.
as you know. And so what success, so they don't want to just come in and purchase property. They want to be an economic stabilizer in the regions, because kind of like we said with the Everglades, when you purchase the property and then there's no activation component, then what public benefit is there outside of conservation? And so the ultimate goal is for them to be that economic engine to really highlight and take this off and get it going. And so as that DMO establishes, it will have board representation from each of the 3 counties. Right now, we've been working with your chambers and Main Streets. They've already been part of those discussions. I did spend a lot of time with your county manager and working with that. And so that board, the TCF will help those first 12 to 18 months to really get established, and then it'll become self-sustaining from that point forward, because the revenue generation will come in and it's a one single time payment, yes. And the board will be, it's not Allison or the partnership, it is your chambers, it is your county that is part of
Has
that.
Charlotte and Ware already committed to this?
So, Ware County has Charleston. I do not do my presentation for 2 more weeks.
Okay.
But I already have my support letters. The chamber has already supported, and so has the Historical Society. And I've spoke with 3 of the 5 commissioners in support of
In
this. Yes,
Charlotte
sir.
and Ware County are other.
Now, Ware County is doing it significantly larger
Right.
because of their population and because of their assets.
They're gonna get most of the money.
Well,
I mean,
so-
it's just because Waycross is what Waycross is.
Yes, sir. And so the model is that if TCF puts in 50 to 80, then the 3 counties would do the 50, and so Ware would be 30, Clinch and Charleston 10.
What about other entities like your chamber? You mentioned the chamber. You mentioned maybe the
Yes, sir. So I would not expect the county.
Are they participating in part of the 10,000?
Yes, sir. I would not ask more than 7,500 from Charleston County, from Clinch County. Yes, because we have other doing Georgia Power, Southern Pine. Our chambers and our Main Streets are all working in, because they've been a part of the process the whole time, and so they have seen the opportunities for success already laid out before them.
Okay. Chad, you and Tony, you got any more questions? Jack, you got anything?
Except for, I mean, what is y'all's, when is everything on launch? What is the
So the
deadline?
timeline launch, I do not have to, so our goal is to launch by the end of May 31st. We're going into June 1st because the inscription will be in July. And so it's really having that DMO up and running and starting that tourism development effort before the World Heritage is done.
So what you're requesting of us tonight, you're requesting for us to take and step up and step on board and more or less guarantee that Clinch will do $10,000.
Clinch County.
From whatever, we may be a combination.
Yes,
of
sir,
what we
a
do,
definite
chamber
combination.
does,
And the reason
development
why
does.
it has to be a combination
Okay,
is because if we don't have everybody bought in,
okay.
then they don't get the return
Talk
on
about,
investment.
that's important what you just
Yes.
said. Okay,
I do believe if it's not, I don't want it to be on your shoulders, I don't want it to be on Homerville's shoulders, I don't want it to be on the chamber's shoulders. Because this is a true partnership effort, that's the only way this is going to work, is if we're all working together.
The more of us that get involved, the better.
The better our,
the better
yes,
chance that we have. of getting funded.
1,000%,
Okay.
yes, sir.
So, okay. But no, are you really asking us to sort of step up and to say that we'll sort of,
Yes, sir.
wherever it comes from, we'll guarantee it?
Yes, sir.
Does that sound okay, Tom, Chad? Does that sound good? Yeah. Yeah, we'll step up, we'll guarantee the 10.
Mhm.
And then, of course, we'll get with the other sources and see what they can come up with, and we'll get it all figured out.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
And I am working with Ms. James and,
Riley, is that
Riley,
good
sir.
you over there? That good
I'm-
you over there?
Yes, sir. I've already been working with him, you know this, for the last 4 to 5 months to
I know
really.
that right there, I know we do that.
Okay, I mean, because it's,
Let me say this too.
I'm just a liaison. This is your product as well.
We were at the planning and all
Yes,
that
sir.
today, and I was very impressed with the crowd that was there, the group of people that were there promoting this. And it's a very strong group, it really is. And so in other words, it's a really good possibility this is gonna fly.
It's a really, and the one thing is that you're looking at the time Lynch, but if the World Heritage does not happen, the regional brand is even more of an asset, because now we've already proven to the state, hey, we're here, we're together, we're united despite anything happening. So we know that if that does not happen, we already have the regional brand, we already have the DMO. We're gonna get the state support, and we're gonna continue to push the Okefenokee region.
I've got
At
one
that
more
state
question for
level.
you. Are you gonna come back and make presentations to the chamber and maybe the city of Homerville? Or?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I mean, and Riley and Laura have already been doing a lot of that
Okay.
groundwork the last 90 days.
So, okay.
Only other one question I have is, who will be generating all of this, like, we got capable people in West Cross and in our 3 counties who can do the books and the things ourselves, and like people who own newspapers and stuff.
Yes, ma'am. So the RFP, and like I said, I'll be happy to share that with you. It will be an RFP for the actual contract.
Mhm.
And one of the key things that Miles, who is with the Conservation Fund, is that everything be in the 3 counties. Everything is local, from whether it's you're generating materials, print, digital, everything is in one of the 3 counties. Hopefully, the contract, it's equally dispersed, that, you know, it's not just one county who's bidding on all of the work, that it is truly representation within each 3 counties. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Anybody
time.
else have any other questions? Okay, I guess the motion would be that we would take and the county would step up and we were taking and back the 10,000, and of course with the help of the other entities within our county as we work through
Yes,
this.
sir.
And
We'll be working through it.
or we're gonna get you up
Next
$10,000 somewhere, how about that?
Not me. It's
Well, you know what
yes, sir.
it is.
Yes, sir. Woo, not me. It is going to be its own. It is its own. Yes, sir. This is your product. This is for you. This is not for Allison.
Do I have a
Yes.
motion to approve this $10,000?
I'll make a
A
motion.
motion, we have a second. A motion, a second. Any further discussion concerning this? All right, hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign.
I'm in the habit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I told you,
I just stepped out of my role. I'm ready to check
we're
up.
gonna get you $10,000 and she won't.
Look, hold on. Listen. You know, I'm the chair of the board, and
Hey,
that's
you
all.
might be
Stop
right
it.
there.
Hold on.
Yes, you
Okay,
better
you're
have
on.
that chair.
I changed hats for a second. I forgot that hat. You can call that vote again, and I'll be quiet.
Good.
Yes, sir.
That means it's time to get quiet.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next 3 items on our, we're gonna take and we're gonna bring items 2, 3, and 4 together. That's the appointment of the Development Authority members, Mr. Jeff Brown, Mr. Brent James, and Mr. Jason Bell. Do I have a motion that we appoint these 3 back to the Development Authority Board? We have a motion, we have a second. Motion is second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, the like sign. Just to give you all an update, the Development Authority is in excellent shape financially. They have just approved this past Monday of going, not this past Monday, Monday week ago, to go out to the Industrial Authority Park out here on the West Park. And we're gonna go down where you turn and go up in the lead container, and we're gonna make a cul-de-sac. Because we got big trucks getting caught up in there, and they're having a hard time getting out, so we're gonna make it easier for them to get in and out and make things a lot easier there. So, and I think that was bid in at 100, we had 2 bids, one of 170, one of 150, and of course we went, can't remember who it was that got the bid, but anyhow, the 151 got the bid to do it. Okay, item number 5, approve the purchase of the K9 to adopt the K9 cop grant. Raymond, do you want to speak to this right quick?
Yes, sir. We're trying to purchase a multi-purpose canine dog. He'll track, he'll find drugs, and he will bite. Well, and the good thing about it is he's covered under our insurance with no extra pay. We got a $7,500 grant. The dog's gonna be right at $15,000. We gotta have another $7,500. And my capital outlay, I got $10,000. What I wanna do is take the $7,500 out of my capital outlay, pay for the dog, and then we should be getting some asset forfeitures from the DA's office, probably around 40,000 once we sell everything. And I wanna put the money back in the capital outlay as soon as we get that money. So it won't cost us nothing out of this once I get that money out of my assets forfeitures to pay for the dog.
Okay, so you're sort of asking the same thing, different Allison. You're asking us to step up and back you to get a dog to help you with your crew.
Yes, sir. 10 pounds of meth come through the other day. If we'd have stopped the car, we may have found it, or we may not have. But if we'd had a dog, we'd have found it.
Oh, I guarantee you, that dog don't play. Okay, y'all hear what Raymond is requesting? He's going at some point in time over the next 6 months to a year, you think?
Yes.
You will have the funding that will come back in that you will be able to buy and pay for the 14,000 extra?
Yes, sir. That'll go in my drug fund. Then I just turn right around and write
Okay,
board a check. Or
okay.
So is there additional training for somebody to handle this dog, or?
yes, Josh Collins is going. It's 11-week training in Lowndes County, and they don't charge us nothing for the training. And the dog is guaranteed for 90 days. If for some reason we don't like the dog or the dog don't do what it's supposed to do, we can return the dog.
Aw. That's just mean.
Just don't make it on loose because he'll bite you.
That's terrible. That's a
Okay.
reject dog. That's what they do with him. You better
Y'all-
work with that dog. That's terrible.
Y'all hear the motion that we're going to take him back up to $15,000 for the purchase of a dog, and then Raymond at some point in time over the next 12 months, we'll try to,
7,500.
okay, $15,000.
Yes, sir.
To back the dog, get the dog, and Raymond's got to figure out how he's gonna pay us back and pay for it.
Yes,
And, that's where he can go ahead and know that he can get the dog.
Yes, sir.
Is that good with everybody to have a motion to approve that?
Make a motion.
I have a motion, I have a second from Tony.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign. Thank you, Ray.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate what y'all do for all y'all. How much. Okay, item number 6 is review a bid for ground maintenance service. Okay, Ms. Jacqueline, you have that?
All right, I do. We ran the solicited bids in the paper for 2 weeks, and bids were due this past Wednesday, and we had one submittal from Mr. Henry Steedley, so I have it sealed right here, so I'll open it.
Okay. You only got one bad bid?
That's correct.
Okay. And met all the criteria?
I got to open it.
Okay, well, I mean, as far as meeting timeline.
Oh,
and all that.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
That's right. And the name of Mr. Steedley's company is 413 Lawn Care LLC. I can pass it around if I can. Just trying to find it. Alright, they are gonna charge $600 per month. And that includes labor, equipment, fuel, transportation, routine grounds maintenance as outlined. They have the previous work examples, pictures of other properties that they kept up, which was part of the requirement. Let's see, and they workman's comp and liability insurance coverage.
That's the next question, okay?
So I think it's
Okay. So right now, it's $600 per month, is what
That's
the bid
correct.
is, and that's the only bid that we have that was valid bid.
that's right.
Okay. Anybody have any questions, Jackie, right quick, like? Okay, to have a motion that we approve.
In full disclosure, Henry Steedley, that is my first cousin's son-in-law, and that's their business, so in full disclosure, I have no idea they were bidding, but that is my immediate family.
You just want to bid tonight.
That's fine, I'm just letting you know. I just- in
But
full
thank you
disclosure-
for
in full
disclosing
disclosure, I
that.
wanted to say
Thank you for
that.
disclosing that.
Yeah,
Thank you very
full-
much for that.
Yes, sir.
We want to be upfront.
Yes, sir, I will
on
be,
that.
yes, sir.
But, okay, we have a bid of $600 per month for lawn care. When will that start, Jacqueline?
It would start April 1st.
April 1st, okay. All right, do I have a motion to approve, 413 Lawn Care as the, bid for the, lawn care of the courthouse and grounds with, after we get through reviewing everything and make sure everything is in place? Do I have a motion? Have a motion, have a second? Motion, a second. Do I have any further, comments or questions? All right, hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign. Okay, next item, number 7, review request for proposal for emergency medical service. Jacqueline?
Okay, y'all have a big packet right here with a big gym clip. So Chad and I have been working on the proposal to submit, to solicit bids for the emergency medical services, the ambulance service. Just a few highlights. I just wanted to kind of go over it with y'all real quick before we actually put it, out to bid. Our former, proposal that we did the last time we bid it out with Gold Star, we didn't require a paramedic level as part of the bid when we bid it out. So we've added that detail that so that means, paramedic would be required to be on each truck.
Each truck.
That's right.
Let me ask you this, do we leave anything in the proposal where if somehow or another they're unable to fulfill that paramedic status for a shift, that we left them some option they can, because I'd hate to shut the truck down. I'd rather somebody come get me if I needed to, you know what I'm saying?
Right. No, we don't have that in there. I mean,
But okay, we might need to go back and maybe, let's leave it like it is right now, let's leave that like it is right now, we may have to come back and review that, because there are times now that's very difficult to get a paramedic. They're hard to come up with, hard to find.
But we're gonna pay them, I think they'll come.
Okay, I agree with that, that always works, it really does.
Money talks.
But it's not only a shortage here, but it's a nationwide shortage for that. But anyhow, but we'll talk about it later on. Go ahead, Jackie.
and it just states in here that we'll provide one fully operational ambulance unit as well as one reserve unit to back it up in case that vehicle, were to break down.
It won't be manned, it will just be on site.
That's right.
Okay.
And then the contract would begin August the 9th, 2026. And it'd be 4 annual periods of 1 year each. I guess we would, let's see, to renew up to 4 annual periods of 1 year each. I was gonna have it to where you guys would we could get this proposal out pretty quick after today, and y'all open the bids at your April meeting. But I don't know, if you guys, I think we're ready, but we could wait till the May meeting, whatever
I'm
you
good
guys
with the proposal, other than just.
Y'all are okay?
Will that give us enough time to make sure we get sufficient bids, or April meeting, that's 2 months. That's 2 months. That's 2 months. The April meeting, that's 2 months.
Well, it's just one, because it's March.
Or it'd be the
That's
first,
right.
it'd be 30
Yeah.
days,
Oh, yeah.
28 days. 30 days.
May, we'll look at May. What you think?
Just
We
to be
talked
safe.
about it, and I think they give a month to a month and a half, so we're right there on
Let's go ahead. we can always extend it.
Yeah.
If we're not satisfied when we get to the May meeting, if they don't hit the threshold, we can always extend it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we'll keep
So we'll
it
keep it
April
like it is.
6th.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, was there anything you wanted to mention?
I don't think so.
Okay, what Ms. Jacqueline is asking us to do is to take and, approve this request for proposal for ambulatory services, where we can go ahead and submit this, request for proposals. And, we'll come back at the April 6th meeting, and we'll review the bids then, and then make a determination at that time. And we'll actually start up the new service in August of 2026, is that right?
That's right.
August 1st,
August
August
9th.
9th, okay, I thought that's what you said, I said, okay, that's something nice. All right, okay. All right, and, right now, the Gold Star, they have it right now, and so theirs goes through August 9th. Their contract goes through August 9th.
That's right.
Okay. Anybody have any questions concerning this? Hearing a question, do we have a motion to approve this proposal for request?
I'll make a
Have a
motion.
motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign. Okay. Last item, Timberland Jubilee site, coming up in April, is that right?
April 4th, yes, sir.
April 4th.
Yes, sir.
And, we've had a request for us to, approve the, land that's owned by the county down where we always hold it at.
Yes,
And so, do I have a motion to approve that? I think we're going to, I'm asking for like Thursday before until Sunday after. That way they give people time to get in and people time to move out.
Yes,
That sound good?
yes, sir.
Whatever those dates are, Jack, I'll let you look those up.
Okay.
That'll be the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, April 2nd. We'll do it April Fool's Day. Okay.
Make a motion.
April
Now,
2nd,
there will be a stage, so I'm thinking the stage should be, I don't know how
Okay.
quickly they'll take the stage down, but that's.
I'll close my eyes. Okay, I'll have a motion, got a motion, second, motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign. Okay. That's all I have. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion and second. Motion and second. Thank y'all for being here, everybody.